A simple strategy to overcome stress. Welcome to Mind Life Weekly. If you're new to this channel, feel free to subscribe for simple psychology for life. Today, you are going to learn a simple strategy to overcome stress. Now, let's begin. The two faces of stress. It's often the negative side of stress that is emphasized, but stress comes in many forms and intensity. Low levels of stress is helpful because it can motivate you into taking action. Psychologists see this type of stress as beneficial and call it eustress or positive stress. Hans Selye, one of the pioneers of stress theory, said, "Adopting the right attitude can convert a negative stress into a positive one." The key is knowing how to use stress. In other words, stress can become a positive force in your life, as your perceptions of stress arouses your deepest desire to achieving a goal. But it all depends on your attitude. How you view stress would ultimately play a big role in whether you succeed or fail at a task. Some circumstances will produce negative stress or positive stress, but how you view it makes all the difference in the results. Consider two people facing the very same life scenario. In spite of their similarities, one can still be exhilarated and the other can feel devastated. One person's trash can be another one's treasure. All it takes is a shift in perspective. Perspective and perception. You can have the same situation where it's experienced very differently by two different people. The differences are in the people's perception and not in the event. The differences lie in whether a person perceives the event as exhilarating or if one perceives the event as devastating. The differences are in the perception. The field of neuroscience has proven there is very little difference between fear and excitement. It is the mind that creates the difference between exhilaration and terror. The brain will interpret an event as either positive or negative, and the body will respond accordingly. This is true with stressful events that are experienced. Roller coaster stress. Take a roller coaster, for example. As the ride moves up and down and changes its speed and direction, based on that pure physiological level, a rider will experience stimulation and even overstimulation. For many, this overstimulation is exhilarating. Hence, why some people actually enjoy roller coasters and anticipate the ride with a positive expectation. But there are individuals who neither enjoy nor dream of riding that roller coaster. They see the same ride and anticipate dread, and with sheer terror, they become fearful of it and resist. But here's the rub. Once a person is on the ride, that's it. There's nothing you can do but be there. You cannot get off until the ride is over. However, if the ride becomes mandatory, you might ask yourself, how am I going to survive this ride? This can change everything. Resistance versus acceptance. The roller coaster experience is a great example of how minds can determine your experience. Negative stress is felt by resisting the roller coaster ride with tension and screaming, but a positive stress experience views the roller coaster as an event that's exhilarating. Resisting changes in life produces a mild level of stress, almost similar to the effect of altering one's routine. Consequently, the bigger and more major the change, the higher level is the stress. The above example proves that the mind can make the decision to turn stress into something positive or negative. In good stress situations, most people go with the flow because they want it, therefore they accept it. In bad stressful situations, they resist the change because they don't want it. Regardless of both situations, a person will get the natural reaction to stress, which is the adrenaline rush and hormonal changes. However, there is an additional subset of activity going on in the body during stress. One subset leads to exhilaration and another leads to resistance. There is one very important and useful principle to apply which rarely is discussed. What one resists will persist. What one accepts, one will gain the power to transform. When one is riding the roller coaster ride and cannot get off, that person might as well accept that it's happening. Only then does one get a chance to do something about the situation. It is essential in this situation that one realizes that every person has the chance to choose how to deal with one's circumstances and regain a sense of control firmly in hand. If one resists what is happening in the world, it will create negative stress. But if one accepts what is happening, it will turn into positive stress. examining exam stress. To better understand the concept, put it in the context of exams. Some thrive during exams, whilst some do not. Those who find exams stressful in the negative sense wish the exams do not exist. They cannot accept their situation. They have a feeling of dissonance. What they wish is different from their reality. However, exams will exist no matter how people feel about them. Alternatively, those who thrive at exams have fully accepted the fact that they have to take the exams, regardless of how they feel about them. If they have a choice, these people might still choose to do something far more entertaining than take the exams, but they are confronted with the need to take them. They do not resist. They accept that it is exam time and that they have to do it and finish it. The bottom line is true acceptance. Full acceptance of present circumstance and reality is a skill. Everyone can learn this skill, and it's necessary in becoming masters of stress. A person can also become masters of their own destiny by accepting what is in front of them. Acceptance gives a sense of control. Therefore, the essential key to successful stress management is understanding that one can be in control of whether one accepts or resists situations. The Swiss psychologist Carl Jung was famous for saying, "What you resist not only persists, but will grow in size." Thank you for watching Mind Life Weekly. Be sure to subscribe because more fresh and exciting content is on the way.